Hello, all you Commendation enjoyers and other fellow pirates. Delana here, bringing you the extended version of my mysterious journal farming route for the Merchant Alliance Crate Commendations. If, for whatever reason, you have not seen the original video, I will put the link in the description and it should also be showing on screen as I speak. In that video, I cover all the basics about journals, so I heavily recommend you start there. Before I get started, I just want to take a quick moment to thank the amazing response you all gave to my first video. I've been meeting people on the seas who have recognized me from my video, and knowing I've been able to help people makes the effort of making these all worth it. I do also want to clarify something I neglected to mention in the last video. While I did my original recording on safer seas, I cannot stress enough how much more efficient these routes are on high seas. The reason for this is pretty simple. Safer Seas servers are spun up on demand, while High Seas servers are continuously online for up to 12 hours. Journals, like Washed Up Island loot, have a chance to spawn around every 2 hours when the island resets. As I mentioned in the first video, since journals don't despawn, you can find more journals on a High Seas server that has gone through multiple island resets compared to a Safer Seas server. Both work, but High Seas is superior if you get lucky on landing on older servers. Now, on topic. The route I will be showing you today is meant to be an extension to the original route from part 1, but can also be used as an alternative route on its own if you want to change things up. Before I start the run, I want to also quickly discuss why I have picked these islands covered in these videos and blissfully ignored the others. I will go over each one real quick. Smuggler's Bay. It's way too large of an island and it's quite out of the way at the edge of the map. Sailor's Bounty doesn't have that many spawns and is also out of the way. Old Faithful. It sucks, let's face it. In more detail, it's a very large island with a lot of verticality. Marauder's Arch. Very far out of the way, and some of the journals are in very annoying spots to reach. Shipwreck Bay. Way too much swimming and climbing involved to make it worth your time. Kraken's Fall, also a huge island with a lot of verticality. Devil's Ridge, large, out of the way, lots of verticality, and some of the journals are bugged and cannot be interacted with. Thieves Haven, big island, tons of verticality, not really great for spawns. Sharkbait Cove, also pretty far out of the way, has decent spawns and easy layout, but just like Devils, some are bugged and cannot be interacted with. Plunder Valley, huge island, lots of verticality, weak journal spawns. Wanderer's Refuge. It's large, it's spread out, not a lot of journals, and a whole lot of travel. And finally, Discovery Ridge. Decent spawns, but too far out of the way. Now onto the actual route. So as we've established, the route I covered in my first video was Snake, Crooks, Crooked, and Sunken. From there, if I want to switch things up, or want to stay on a server longer, I continue to Lone Cove, Crescent Isle, and Mermaid's Hideaway. You can also do Lone Cove, Cannon Cove, Crescent, and Mermaid's Hideaway, but I personally prefer to skip Cannon due to the verticality and swimming involved on that island. I will, however, put Cannon Cove's route and spawns on the end of the video as an optional add, if you do wish to include it, since it is technically along the way. If you wish to get to these islands directly, instead of sailing from Sunken Grove, the fastest way is to dive to the Wild Rose Tall Tale. This will take you to Sanctuary Outposts, from where you can easily sail to Lone Cove. Okay, here we are at Lone Cove, starting on the south beach. The first journal will be inside the rowboat here. Continue along the beach to the little isle. The journal, as you can see, can be nestled between the palm trees here. You can run up this rock here if you jump on its left side. The next journal is next to this barrel. This next journal is fairly obvious, as you can see inside the crate on the pier. Carry on along the island perimeter until you reach these barrels. The journal will be on the ground. After that, we go in the cave. The journal is tucked behind the crates in the very back. A little bit of swimming, and we're at the next spot, which is right next to this barrel. Another quick dip in the water, and the next journal spawns behind the merchant NPC. Up next we go to the left here, and the journal will be on top of this barrel. Last but not least, a journal can also spawn in front of this boar skull in the graveyard in the middle. On Crescent Isle, we want to start on the pier. The very first journal is inside the crate on the pier. This journal has been uninteractable before, but to my knowledge, it has now been fixed. The second journal is here next to this rock. Third one right next to the skeleton here on the rock. Next journal will be on top of this barrel here. Then we move up the hill, and a journal can be found on this barrel. Another one here on this rock. Then we have another journal in the crate at this lookout point. There's also a journal spot next to the well here. Another one here, next to the broken rowboat. Then we head on inside. A journal can be on the rock behind the barrel and ammo box, as you can see. Oh hey, it's a contract! And finally, there's a spot in the back of the cave here. For mermaids, we're starting on the north beach. That's where you should approach from anyway, if you're coming from Crescent Isle. First journal, here on the ground. Second one is right around the corner on this barrel. We wrap around the rock to find the third journal here on the ground. Then we'll want to book it all the way back to near where we started. The next journal will be on the little islet off the shore on this barrel. Continuing along the shore to the skeleton, a journal can be resting next to it. Further down the beach, there can be a journal next to these barrels, and then if you turn around, another in this broken crate. You can also find a journal on the crates here next to the merchant NPC, as you can see. Head up and take a left, and the next journal can spawn under this hanging cage. Next up, you'll want to go on this little outcrop. You can walk up here too, but grappling hook is much less headache. And the journal will be here on the stepping stool. And it's another contract! Head back the way you came, and there will be another journal spot at the bottom of this ladder. The final journal will be at the very top here, next to the skeleton. As promised, we'll go over Cannon Cove as well for those who want to add it to their routine. We are approaching from the bay, and the first journal is amongst these rocks here. The next one we can find at the end of the pier. Hello, random ancient skeleton. That just happened. Anyway, the journal will be right here. For the third one, we want to head up top. The journal is here on the ground. Next up, we head down to the beach to the skeleton and the journal spot next to it. Now here's why I don't enjoy Cannon Cove. We go swimming. The next journal can be in this circle of rocks here. More swimming, and the next one can be on the ground here. One more swimming trip, you can also harpoon up, and we go up once again. The next journal will be beside these barrels. Run past the cast of the Lion King. And the next journal will be beside these barrels. Further up we go, and the barrels up top can also have a journal. Last but not least, the final journal can be on the altar in the cave, right under the skull. And that is all I have to share with you today. If you made it all the way to the end of this video, thank you for your time, I really appreciate it. Please be sure to leave a comment if you have any questions, and I wish you the best of luck hunting your crates.